This game was tied at 40, so you take your pick on the run. It was either 23-7 or 12-0 to end the first half. Okay, go ahead, Chuck.
We the North. We the North.
No, y'all ain't the North.
The North is, we getting our ass kicked again. Yeah. Ernie, the good news is.
That's good news?
That's good news, Ernie.
Yep.
Gonna be in Houston.
We've only lost 3 games in a row. One time, this first time.
Yeah.
So we still in it. We got a chance.
Oh, now you going with. We the North. No, y'all ain't the North.
The North is, we getting our ass kicked again. Yeah. Ernie, the good news is.
That's good news?
That's good news, Ernie.
Yep.
Gonna be in Houston.
We've only lost 3 games in a row. One time, this first time.
Yeah.
So we still in it. We got a chance.
Oh, now you going with the analytics.
That's it.
So you know they in trouble.
Until we lose 4 in a playoff series, Ernie, in the playoffs, until you lose 4 in a row, you're still alive.
Or just 4 total.
So listen,
that's how
Coach Casey, we got a chance.
All right, American Express teammates, it's really just J.R. Smith.
Listen,
that's how
Coach Casey, we got a chance.
All right, American Express teammates, it's really just J.R. Smith, who in Game 3, it was later revealed that he was sick and went 0 for 2 and 0 for 1 from deep. And tonight he's making up for that.
I could tell a lie like that every time I play.
15 in the first half, has not missed.
Jordan was sick and had 45.
and look at the plus-minus right there. Kenny, there you go. That's for you. Plus 13 for J.R. Smith in the first half. What you got video-wise?
Before I go to the board.
Are you building up the suspense?
No, because I was screaming we argued the other day about double-teaming LeBron James.
Yeah, you just said they got to try something else.
You got to double him. You got to double him. He's the greatest player in the world.
Double the passer.
Wait, and listen. Afterwards I go, Shaq, when they didn't double you, what did you have? He said, well, they did it one time, Keith Claus. I said, how many did you have? 61. I said, oh, Charles, when they didn't double you, how many did you have? Oh, that was that Golden
56.
State series. 56. You gotta double team the greatest players in the world.
You don't double.
Okay, 61 and 56.
You don't double Will and pass because if you do, then JR get 15.
Right. I'll let him get 15. If J.R. Smith beat me, congratulations. Go on to the NBA Finals. I'm not going, but if LeBron James, I know he can beat me. Shaq and Charles, I know he has the vision to see everything. And now you're in help mode, and as it goes down, now JR's wide open. Nobody's guarding him because you don't have a rotation because you aren't double teaming. Again, freeze it again. Now, let's stop him early. But now when you start trying to stop him early, there is no rotation because you're not trying to double team him. It's not part of the scheme. So when he comes up, he's able to get by, find JR in the corner, knockdown shooter. So that's not even himself. He's got the ball 5, 4, 3, 2. He's got another 6. You know what? I'm going in the game. Oh, I'm going in the game because this is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. Stop it. Please, just stop it. Wait, first of all, do we realize as a Toronto defender that the guy that I'm guarding here is LeBron James, the greatest basketball player in this modern era? Do we understand that? We're giving him vision, allowing him to see the basket. I can't play defensively tough because there's no double team coming. He gets to go both ways. If the double team comes, I can be more aggressive knowing that someone's there, and I possibly can get back here to take a charge if someone comes to the basket. But as we run the play, we don't have that ability because all of a sudden there's no one home and you get an easy layup. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it, please. And Chuck, 56, 61, I bought you back some Krispy Kremes from up north because we didn't know.
Oh, you found those in the back?
No, if they still believe in you, you still believe in I still believe in the North.
There you go, brother.
But Kenny, based on your clip, LeBron's not even looking to score. Because he could. Let me finish.
Okay.
He could have scored because he held the ball for 3 or 4 seconds. He wasn't trying to score. He's waiting for the defense to make a mistake like double and get a backdoor pass. So you let him score and you shut everybody else down.
No, because what's going to happen, Shaq, if I do come to double, then we all know the other 3 players were in full rotation. So the rotations come quicker. But when you kind of in the half, man, you jab and get back, you don't know if the rotation is coming full.
Well,
and that is to me. And when JR have a full rotation, he's not shooting the ball. He's 0 for 2 the other night, and he's going to say he was sick.
You know, first of all, let me say this. I think both of y'all can actually technically be right. I don't think you can play any great player one way. I think you have to pick your poison depending on how LeBron's going. The reason we disagreed with you the other night was he was shooting fadeaways. That double's not going to help in that situation. But I actually, I prefer to be on Shaq's side of the ledger. I'm going to let LeBron score his 30 or more.
I don't want JR getting 15. I don't want Kevin Love getting 30.
To me, the big difference in the Cavs this series, and going back to Milwaukee, they actually passing Kevin Love the ball on the box.
I agree with that. I agree with you.
That's been my biggest criticism. They made him strictly a standing jump shooter.
Nobody can make you a jump shooter. Cut it out, Chuck.
But if you don't give you the ball on the box, they can.
You got to run to the box. He's running. Chuck, cut it out.
Now he doesn't agree with you.
Don't even start.
But I was saying,
don't run to the box.
Remember the part I just agreed with you?
This series right here,
he's supposed to reciprocate.
Roll my tape. Let me show you what Kevin Love is doing.
Actually, we're out of time.
Yeah, we're out of time. Good. It's halftime over.
Real quick, Kevin Love. We got it. Okay, let's see it.
Me and Chuck have always wanted to talk about Kevin Love like this. You know, the old Kevin Love would have took this jumper. He said, nope, I'm the Minnesota Kevin Love. I'm going to the hole. It worked for me the last 2 games. This is what I'm doing. Right here, you know what? I could pop out and shoot that. I have the ability, but nope. I'm the old Kevin Love, the Minnesota 2016 Kevin Love. I'm going to the hole. And right here, my favorite play, this is what I used to do in Minnesota. Run, seal, throw right over the top, easy bucket. If Kevin Love does this, they're definitely going to win today, and then they have a chance in the next series.
By the way, the Cavs shooting 62%. Their starters shooting 70%. LeBron only has 10, and they're up a bundle.
Game's over.
Hey, Bron, they were physical throughout the game the other night, and especially in the fourth quarter. Would you expect that again, considering where the series is at right now?
I mean, it's the playoffs. I wouldn't expect anything less of that. I mean, I go into a game thinking physicality from the beginning, so it's my mindset doesn't change.
We were talking in the media room. We've seen you play a lot of your games, but we couldn't recall you taking that shot that you took at the end of the game. How many times do you think you've taken that in an NBA game?
In an NBA game or at the end of a game?
Maybe like you're throwing contact or something like that, trying to get a continuation, but
I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. You know, just it was good rhythm for me. I had good elevation, and you know, just trusted my mechanics, and I was able to get it to go.
Ryan, what's been the biggest difference in Kevin over these past 2 games?
I don't know, man. You guys ask those questions all the time. He's been very aggressive, and he's made some shots. He's got it going early, and we've kind of, you know, continued to go to him. So, you know, his demeanor has been very, you know, very aggressive, and that's the kid we love.
Hey, Bron, what's the view like from the top of the scorer's table?
It's just another vantage point. You know, like I said, our fans are, you know, pretty riled up during the postseason. So, you know, just another opportunity for myself and our team to, you know, just show our appreciation to their support.
When you made the shot in Game 5, you had said something like, "These people know me." I was just curious, what?
Some of them.
Some of them know. A lot of them know you. In general, though, what would you say your relationship is like with Cleveland fans now than maybe it was when you came back?
I have no idea. That's not a question for me.
You don't get a sense of that, though? Like, just...
I don't know. No, listen, at the end of the day, I have a job to do. No matter who's in the seats, no matter who's here, I have a job to do. And that's to have my guys physically and emotionally ready to go out and play. And you know, we understand, like, we have a great fan base here, and you know, it's up to me to make sure I have our guys ready to go out and perform in front of them.
Did you hear about the SNL skit about the other Cavs?
Ryan, I know you try to watch as much of the playoffs as you can outside of your own team. Have you gotten a chance to watch the Celtics in this series and the series before?
Yeah.
You know, the pundits thought this playoffs would be tough for them just because of all the injuries that they've had, and they're like you on the brink of closing out here. How do you feel like they've been able to get as far as they've gotten without, you know, their 2 top guys?
I don't really want to talk about Boston right now just yet. I still got a lot of work to do in this series. if we happen and are fortunate enough to win this series, then I can give you a lot of insight on what I feel about Boston and how they've been successful.
LeBron, the way that you guys defended DeMar DeRozan the other night, that has been something that you've done in past playoff series against him as well. So what is it that you guys do so well against DeRozan that maybe the other teams haven't figured out?
DeMar DeRozan has missed a lot of easy opportunities against us as well. We just try to make it a little bit more challenging, that's all. He got into the lane 4 or 5 times and missed some floaters and missed some layups, missed a couple wide open threes that he's been making. So it's easy to say the job we've done, but when you're playing against an all-star starter and the caliber player as DeMar, you just try to make it challenging on him and then hope that he misses shots.
You talked a little bit last night right afterwards about the fourth quarter lead and how it got away. Now that you've had time to digest it, watch it, what happened?
I think Kyle got going. Made some open shots. A couple times we didn't switch. We didn't talk our switches. And then a few times just switching Kevin onto him, we wanted that switch, and he took advantage of that matchup. So we'll be able to clean it up next game.
In the playoffs, have blown several substantial leads. On the one hand, you built those leads. How much of it is your struggles defensively that go back to the regular season? How much of it is you're playing good teams?
I don't know.
Something that concerns you though as you go forward.
You don't lead to win. You're not gonna hold every lead. They're a good team, number 1 in the East, so they're gonna score the basketball. And he has some tricky lines on the floor at times. So it's good to build a lead instead of being behind all the time. So I'll take that.
Challenge as a coach sticking with a lineup that is having success that might not necessarily include your best players. Like last year in Indiana, you didn't play Kevin and Kyrie down the stretch. You got the win, so it looked like the right decision. Last night, DeMar DeRozan doesn't play the last 14 minutes. The Raptors lose, and Dwayne Casey gets put in a tough position. What's that challenge like for a head coach?
It's a tough challenge. When your team's playing well, they finally catch a rhythm, and you've been down, you're down 14 to start the fourth quarter. They come back and, they're playing well. But, it's a tough situation. I'm pretty much worried about our team right now. I'm not really worried about their situation. But it's a tough situation to be in because your team's playing good in a good rhythm. And you don't want to bring a guy in with, 3 minutes left and he's been out for like 15 straight minutes. That's a tough thing to do, too. So it's a fine line.
John, since George Hill returned from injury, how has he played for you? And as part of the fact that you guys have not turned the ball over very much in those 3 or 4 games, partially attributed to what he's doing?
Yeah, I think we get the extra ball handling on the floor. I think for him to be able to release some of the pressure from Bron, bring the ball to the court. And also, I think just defensively, he's a guy who can guard a few positions, defensively. And just that extra ball handling when they're trying to pressure us is really the most important thing. And him being able to attack downhill, getting into the paint, finishing at the basket is huge for us.
Do you have a 24-hour rule with games like last night's 24 minutes, 24 seconds, for dealing with the way that game turned out last night? Do you enjoy it for a day?
Oh, yeah. We enjoy it. It's a big win for us. Some things we could have did better down the stretch. But we definitely enjoy it. Being up 3-0 is a great position to be in. And we know they're going to come out just like they did last night in that fourth quarter, trying to play to start the game that way. So we got to be prepared for that.
Early in his career, LeBron wasn't considered to be a good closer or the guy you wanted to take the last second shot. Is that just hard to comprehend at this point?
Yes, it is.
You go off that. You obviously played with another great one. What similarities, or if any, do you see in those 2 players at end of game in those situations?
What, Kobe or Jordan?
Kobe.
They want the ball. And, they're always able to will their team to a win, to a victory, whether it's making the right pass to play or making the big shot. So just their will to win and making everybody better is just the same, the similarities I see in those guys.
Is it possible, though, for a guy to evolve in that kind of situation throughout his career to get better and better?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Defense you got last night from JR. You look in the box score, doesn't look impressive, but when you look at what he did on the defensive side of the floor, just if you could just touch on
JR, and Jeff both did a good job on DeMar, just giving him different looks. JR, he missed shoot. Well, he came in to shoot around. He was sick yesterday, so he wasn't supposed to play. But he came out there and gave us his best effort, which is big for us. And they're just doing a good job of just trying to make him make field goals and not free throws like we talked about. We're doing a good job of keeping him off the free throw line. So got to continue to do the same thing, going forward.
JR was sick yesterday, you said? After the game, Dwayne said that he thought they got what they wanted out of their lineup switch. They thought that playing Fred mitigated JR some and also took some of the bite out of Tristan by staggering Ibaka. Do you think that was effective, or how did you feel that was
effective? I think because what it did, it kind of mixed our first and second unit, because we had been doing a good job with LeBron playing with our second unit, and we kind of just, played them evenly as far as that second unit goes. So I think starting some of the second unit guys and then mixing up the rotations kind of was funky for us. So, but we'll be prepared for it next time.
Which four do you like the most? You switch between LeBron and Kevin playing with, Jeff, Tristan, Jordan, and Rodney. What do you like about that dynamic the most?
Well, they were small, so I try to go big. I try to go big, and hopefully he would try to match us and go big with Valanciunas, and then I was going to go small with Kyle back for Tristan, but he didn't fall for it. So, but that was the thought behind it. Yeah.
Tristan's really stepped up here since you put him back in the rotation late in that Indiana series. What's been different about him as opposed to the regular season? Is it as simple as just saying health?
I think, health. I think his knee is great. He was, having some soreness with his knee, but I think, his knee's feeling great. I think, he did a good job of working on his body, working on his conditioning while he's not been playing, and he's came back. He's been huge for us. So that's the Tristan we need, and he's been playing a big part for us.
You were asked about Toronto doubling LeBron last night. You seemed a little amused as you answered. I'm wondering, was that sort of a reverse psychology thing, the way you answered, or were you just surprised that you were consulting on another team's strategy?
No, I don't know.
You were sincere. They're doing the right thing by not doubling.
Yeah.
How do you feel like the Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, how do you feel like the cohesion of the players on this team has kind of progressed through the playoffs? And do you feel like a 7-game series like the first round can help, something like that?
The Indiana series definitely helped us, for this series. You see the last couple of games, we're trying to get physical and trying to pressure the ball. So that Indiana series really, helped us out going forward, So we saw it in the first series, so now we should be pretty much immune to it. But we got to get better at owning our space and, just being strong with the basketball. They try to lean on us, they're grabbing us, they're holding us. It's not being called, but we just got to be strong.
A lot this whole playoffs about how you're better defensively and why. But LeBron was talking last night about OG's three, and he said it was Jeff and Kyle didn't get matched. They didn't talk. And that sounded like a problem that you guys had throughout the regular season. So the question is, can you clean up those little things?
No. It just happened one time. We still won the game. What happened in the regular season, that's over. We're in the playoffs now. We've been doing a good job defensively. We're going to continue to keep doing that. So I'm not going to keep talking about the regular season.
I know you like sticking with your guys, but has there been any kind of talk about potentially bringing Jose or Jetty into the playoff rotation?
There's been some talks. Yeah, there's been some talks. And, you don't want to take guys' confidence, throughout the playoffs, but because you're gonna need everyone. So we'll just see how it goes, and we'll go from there.
What's the message been to Rodney and Jordan as they continue?
I think Jordan's doing a good job of just playing hard defensively, trying to pick up full court, doing a good job fighting the bigs and boxing out. He's made some shots here and there, but I think he's playing with a lot of energy. I think Rodney just being more aggressive, being more assertive offensively, and just being stronger physically like when he's guarding bigger guys, or we switching on the bigger guys, just being better physically on the bigs.
Ty, when it comes to closeout games, what makes them more challenging, and is the pressure on you guys or the Raptors?
I don't know who the pressure's on, but it's a tough game because it's either win or go home for the team that's down 3-0, and they're gonna come out swinging like they did last night, and when you got a team with a lot of pride that's well coached, they're not just going to give in. They're going to do everything they can to try to win a game and try to get it back to Toronto, and we understand that. So we got to just come out with the right mindset and just match their intensity early and just try to close it out if we can.
Anything else?
point where JR you felt was too sick to play?
Well, he got in foul trouble early, so he didn't play a lot anyway. So it might have helped him out.
Describe the mindset today of the team.
Man, we okay. We good. We know what we got to do. It's never been done before, so I think everybody going in, you just got to take it one day at a time, one game at a time, one quarter at a time, and we're going to be fine.
Joel, what's been happening on the post-ups for you in this series? You've been much less effective on those than maybe you were in the regular season or even against Miami.
I don't know. Boston has you thinking a lot. Sometimes they double, sometimes they dig, sometimes they let you play one-on-one, and sometimes the spacing is done right. So it's a lot of thinking. So it's just on me to figure it out. And the first game, figured out, and then since then they kind of changed everything. And so tomorrow, I miss a lot of easy ones. I think a lot of it is on me as a big man. I miss about 7-8 hook shots, which is, as a big man, I should be able to make those. So if we take those back, you don't really talk about me being inefficient in the post. So you just gotta do a better job of making shots.
Joel, how has your mask been affecting you in this series in terms of vision and the way you're feeling with it?
Everything I've been able to do in the series, I won't put that on the mask. It's just on me.
Joel, they obviously had the top-rated defense in the league this year, but have they done anything that has thrown you guys or surprised you or anything?
I thought we were fine defensively last night. And then the score went to overtime. The score was still low, so I thought we were fine. And we made a couple mistakes, but they took advantage of it. We switched a lot, especially at the end of the game. And they went into ISO basketball, and I offered posting up and stuff, getting me away from the rim where I'm best at. So there's a lot of things. They do a good job. They have good coaching staff. We do too. So it's just about finding ways we don't figure it out.
Is the confidence because you look back at these games and you say, hey, if not for a couple mistakes, we could possibly be up 2-1?
Yeah, man, I looked at last night's game. A couple turnovers, misunderstanding between JJ, Ben and I, and then the late turnover, and then defensively. There wasn't really, I wouldn't say there wasn't any mistake defensively. We were switching everything anyways, especially in that type of situation. Any team will switch everything. So, but on the offensive end, we had a missed dunk, and then we could run the clock out. So like I said before, I don't like blaming that on you, but it may have something to do with it. But you just gotta do a better job.
Joel, what happened on the turnover at the end of regulation there? What were you guys looking for?
We run that play all the time. Ben is supposed to cut, and I'm supposed to come back and play a two-man game with JJ. And from JJ perspective, I think there was already 8 seconds left. So, I'm supposed to hand him off the ball, and if he comes out and he has a shot, he's going to take it. But if he doesn't, he throws it back, and that gives me about 3 seconds to go get a bucket. But we didn't execute well. He's not nobody. He's not on the coaching staff. That's a play we run all the time, and we score all the time on that. So that's on us. That's on us for not executing.
When on the inbounds when Horford stole it, would you have anticipated Ben would throw it high, just knowing nobody is as big as you are?
Oh yeah, you can go both ways. You can say that I could have gone to the ball, but at that point, the way I was thinking is that if I catch it at the 3-point line, I'm not as efficient as if I catch it inside. So, but you can go both ways. That's not his fault. He saw me. I was open. and I should have gone to the ball. So it's my fault for not going to the ball, but nobody else's fault but me.
Joel, you guys have been so close. How do you correct these mistakes to turn these losses and turn them into wins?
Just keep playing. Burn the basketball, move the ball defensively. Try to do everything we can. They got a lot of good ISO players. Tatum, he's been amazing this whole series. But we just gotta, especially offensively, you just gotta keep moving the ball and make shots.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ben, when you got that offensive rebound with about 15 seconds left in overtime and put that shot down, what's going through your head? What happened?
I got a shot that I practice a lot, right next to the rim.
So you don't regret taking that to reset the offense and you're up?
You never know what could happen after that, you know. I mean, I have a wide open shot that I make a lot of the time, and I missed it.
Describe the frustration you guys are feeling after all the mistakes.
Very frustrated, but at the same time, we gotta look on to next game. We gotta get it. Obviously, it's gonna be hard, but we're up for the challenge.
So in that situation, Ben, you think that not kicking it out, running some more clock, making them foul you is the better course of action? You think going right back up is?
I think it was just natural instinct. Right next to the rim, it's a shot I take every practice, every day, every game. I take one of those. And I missed it. It's happened. That's the game. You miss shots, you make them. You win or you lose.
You think the story of this game is missed opportunities for you guys? You had so many different chances to win this game, man.
Definitely. And there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of mistakes we've made. And it's frustrating when you know what the mistakes are. But we gotta come in tomorrow and really lock in. It's going to be very hard. Boston's a great team. They've been there before. They've been in a situation where they're close to that next round. And we want to get there too. Obviously, it's going to take a lot, but we're up for the challenge.
And what was going on with turnovers late in the game? And it seemed like it was always from the same spot on the floor too, where they were picking them off.
I have to look at that. I'd have to look at it.
If you had been fouled in that situation, how would you have felt about going to the line in that situation? You been confident you'd have not?
Yeah, I would have been confident going to the line.
The play, JJ pass in the regulation, that turnover, you and Joel kind of related to each other.
Right. I was just reading Morris. He was overplaying me. I was trying to go behind the screen and look for the lob. And we had that against Miami, and I guess we were just all on different page.
Ben, before the game, Coach was saying that the playoffs are going to be the biggest learning experience, like even more so than the regular season. What are you learning about yourself in the playoffs?
I got a lot of growing to do, and this is the first season I've played. The first time I played in the playoffs. I'm learning a lot. It's a great opportunity for me and myself and the team. And we're all learning together.
What's the biggest lesson?
There's a lot of lessons. I think they're all very important.
And a couple more guys. The two turnovers, the one late in regulation, the one late in overtime, to inexperience, your guys' youth and inexperience. Would you chalk it up to that? Would you think that's a fair assessment?
I think just reading each other and knowing where someone wants the ball, or knowing where I'm going to throw it. So it comes down to that a little bit. It's one of those things you got to go back and look at.
What do you see on the Horford?
I knew he was fighting for the ball, but I was assuming Joe was going to come a little bit further out. Horford read it a little quicker, and obviously just went for the ball.
When were they getting those inbounds plays, getting under the basket? What were they doing for those key plays at the end of regulation?
I was guarding the perimeter. I didn't see it.
You guys today?
It was here a couple hours. We spent time in the media room. We watched a couple mistakes from yesterday, and we practiced a little bit without contact, and just ready for tomorrow.
When you're in a situation like this, I mean, how do you guys sort of regroup and bounce back?
I mean, it's not easy, but at the same time, the series is not over, so we just need to keep fight And tomorrow I hope that we're going to play a good game.
How much is playoff experience playing a factor in this series, or is it just simple mistakes?
I think both. I mean, we got a couple of incredible mistakes, I think, end of the game, but during the game too. And, we play against really good team like Boston that you can really make that kind of mistake. And we did, and I think that's why we lost that game.
Being down 0-3 is obviously not an ideal situation, but does it allow you to kind of resharpen your focus and kind of just realize that you need to be better?
I mean, I think it's only mentally. I think we just need, to try to stay positive and keep fighting until the end. Like I said before, I think the series is not over. I mean, game 2 we won. I mean, we was up by 22 in the second quarter. Yesterday, I think part of the game we was down by 10 for a couple of times. Then we go up by 7. So I think we still got the capacity to improve our game and just try to win the game tomorrow. So we just need to believe that and just work hard.
Thank you. You're an experienced guy like JJ and Ersan. Are you trying to help the young kids like Ben and Joel just to get the pressure out of them on the playoffs?
I mean, that's part of the game. That's playoff game, and like I said before, mistake I think is part of the game. We just need, to stay positive and try to win game tomorrow. It's all about tomorrow right now. I mean, we already lost the game 3, game 2, game 1. So I think it's important right now. So just thinking about tomorrow.
Thanks, Marco.
Thank you.
Whatever, we've seen worse.
Yeah, for sure. This team has been through a lot over the past year, so this is not something we're holding our head on. We know we're playing against history and whatnot, but like Coach said the other day, why can't we be the first ones to do it? Guys came in with the mentality that it don't feel like we're down 0-3, so just a matter of making a few adjustments. That's what we did today, and then coming out game 4 and playing with this better urgency.
How would you describe the mindset of the team today?
Today, everyone was mentally locked in. We know that we let that get away from us, but everybody came in mentally locked in, and everyone still believes in the locker room and in film today when we was talking that it still can be done. No one's down, no one's defeated, and that's a great thing. That's a great sign of maturity as a team. We still think we still believe that we can do it, and as long as we have that mentality, we take it game by game. We said quarter by quarter, every possession. That's the best thing that we can do right now, and mentally, everyone's in a positive place.
So why do you guys still believe that you can do it? I'm pretty sure you saw something in the games that will make you believe that y'all can still.
It was a lot of mistakes that we made on our end. It wasn't too much of what they did. It was kind of mental mistakes a little bit. A couple of possessions where we could have done something different. Just having them small-minded possessions, like you said, we watched. What got us into that point, and how our presence and mentally, throughout the game. We seen what we did, and film session today showed a lot of positive. We know we missed a lot of coverages and everything, but majority of it, was just more so focusing on the things that we did positive. So we got to continue to do it longer.
When you look around the locker room, there's a lot of guys that this is the first time they've ever been in a situation like this. How much does it help to have a guy like JJ Redick who's been in the playoffs every year, who's had to kind of go through these things, and can he be someone who can guide you guys a little bit in these moments?
Absolutely. JJ, like you said, JJ has the most playoff experience amongst us all, and his knowledge, everything. Marco as well. Them guys. Last night in the group chat, we all had conversations amongst each other, and just said that it's not over. Everybody has that mentality. Everybody bought in. Everybody believes it, and as long as guys continue to believe that, and we go out here and execute the way we supposed to. We made adjustments again, but as long as we stick to the game plan, anything is possible with this team. A lot of people didn't expect us to do a lot of things this year, so anything is possible for us.
More big picture. You've been here through some of the bad years, and obviously now through this. What did adding Redick mean to this group this season?
He added a lot of depth. Like you say, he added that experience along. This year, man, JJ has been a big influence for us. Mentally, just getting through everything, his knowledge on everything, and just his presence alone. He puts so much pressure on a lot of teams that, it helps us in so many different ways.
Rob, why do you think you're struggling to score in the series?
I'm not struggling to score, just shots not falling. That's not struggling. It's the same.
Just missing open shots?
Yeah, just miss ups.
Differently that they're doing?
No. It's just, shots not falling. It's not that I'm struggling to score. Same shots I've shot all 3 games. So, some go in, some don't.
Robert, when you defend against a guy like Tatum, what's the most difficult thing in stopping a guy like him?
You just gotta try and beat his moves. He's very shifty. He has a lot to offer to the game. And that offense, is very, very good. So I just gotta use my length against him better. And, beat him to the spot more faster and anticipate better what he's doing.
How do you think you guys could benefit by forcing your pace more on the game?
Very. We've done it all year. The best thing about this team is we use the athleticism against other teams, and they can match up with us, but it's still we have that extra boost that allows us to keep pushing and keep fighting and keep going, keep going longer. So the thing about this team is we don't give up. We're not going to sit up here and back down from this. And guys in that locker room are all bought into believing that we can still do this.
Rob, how would you describe your first NBA playoff experience? Was it exactly what you expected? A little bit tougher?
You never know what to expect in these moments. You never know how teams can make adjustments to how they're gonna play. So it was just overall, just playoff experience alone is something that has been beneficial. I've seen the good parts, the bad parts. How to make adjustments. How to fix the game plan like on the fly. You face the team so many different times. Like you figure out like different ways, and you get a sense of how they gonna play, and you kind of anticipate things. So yeah, it's unpredictable, at first, but it's one of the things where you can't take this experience from it.
Couple more guys. No more guys. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you.